Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Elevating Us podcast, where we discuss how to enhance and excel your personal journey. All right, y'all, it is still July. We are still continuing the topic of excelling in your evolution as we prepare for the Becoming an Evolved Version of You workshop, August the 3rd. We are discussing the steps that leads into the becoming. Okay, so as we go throughout these episodes, as we prepare for the Becoming workshop, we just want to give you guys a few tidbits of what excelling in your evolution and becoming an evolved version of you looks like. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get right into it. This week, we are discussing adapting and pivoting. Okay, so as you are becoming, as you grow throughout your personal development journey, as you grow throughout life, we always want to have a standard for ourselves, but we also need to review and revise those standards as we go throughout this journey of life. Okay, so you can start off with a standard for yourself, but as you evolve, as you learn more about yourself, as you experience life, you have to revise those standards where necessary so that you can set a higher standard for yourself and you can set a higher expectation for the life that you are currently living and the life that you want to live. When you have your initial standards, you are living by those standards, but as you evolve in life, as you become more experienced and knowledgeable of the things that you will and won't tolerate for yourself, the things that you want out of your lifestyle, not just materialistic things, but those inner things that you want, how you want to act and react to certain situations, how your thought process is, how you view life, things of that nature. So when it comes to your standards and being able to revise it, especially when you are doing a mind shift, so you have the standard of, I want my life to be like this, but you have to get into the depths of why you want your life to be that certain way, how you are going to obtain that lifestyle. Now, with revising your standards, one, you want to make sure that they're obtainable. Two, you want to make sure that these are standards that are within your control, okay? So the things that you have control over. So for me, one of my standards are maintaining my overall health. Well, if I have a standard, I need to examine what that looks like. So what is the criteria? What are the objectives that go into that standard of maintaining my overall health? So I have my mental health, my emotional health, my physical health, but from just those three areas of my health, my standard, how am I maintaining those? And you want to make sure that you have feasible steps to maintaining that standard. So for example, I want to maintain my physical health. Okay, with my physical health, how am I upholding that standard? For me, it's making sure that I eat a well-balanced meal, that I'm getting my water intake, and also that I'm going to the gym or doing some type of physical activity at least 5 days out the week. So with that, I took my standard and I made it measurable. I have my overall standard and I have the objectives and the criteria of how I'm going to uphold that standard, how I'm going to maintain that standard, but they are actionable, feasible steps so that I can obtain and maintain this objective. And then when I go to revise this standard of maintaining my overall health, I want to add on to that. So making sure that when you are revising your standards for yourself, you're building on top of that current standard so that you can continue to evolve into the person that you want to be. We want to make sure that our standards are elevating and evolving just like we are as we go throughout life. And that is part of becoming an evolved version of you. When you are able to take your standards, review and revise them as necessary, you are able to gauge where you are in your journey and track if you are continuing to progress in your personal development journey. Now, the next thing that we want to do is nurture our abilities and our talents. You know the saying, if you don't use it, you lose it, okay? We do not want to lose our talents and our abilities. So we need to make sure that each and every day we are taking some time out to nurture our abilities, to nurture our talents, so that we can, one, maintain it, but so that we can also progress and build upon those talents and those abilities, okay? Ensure that you are using it, okay? Use it or you will lose it. And with these talents and abilities, they are not just for yourself. Your talents and abilities are, one, there to be a benefit to you, but they're also meant to be a benefit for others. When we think about the benefits of our talents and our abilities, we want to be able to help the next person, okay? This could be something simple as you are a motivator. Like, one of your abilities is to motivate others. Okay, we don't just want to keep those motivational quotes and things to ourselves. We want to pass it on to the next person, encourage and motivate the next person. And that is us sharing that ability, but it's also teaching us how to build upon that ability, because as you continue to motivate the next person, you have more thoughts of how you can evolve as a motivator and different things of that nature, okay? But a part of maintaining and growing our abilities and talents is using them to help others, and understanding that it's okay to not be selfish with your abilities and your talents. They were meant for you to utilize them for yourself, but also to utilize them to help the next person. And then the next thing we want to do is be able to adapt and pivot where necessary. Now, we have talked about this before. A part of becoming an evolved version of you is being willing to adapt to your environment and the circumstance that is going on in your life at that time, but also being able to pivot where necessary, okay? So you're able to adjust your circumstances where necessary. When you hit a roadblock, you are able to take that roadblock, okay, this way doesn't work, let's try a different way. And be able to still have your goal in mind, but you're just taking another road to get there. You're just taking a detour to get to that ultimate goal because the first way didn't work. But understanding that it's okay if your initial way didn't work, or if the next 5 ways don't work, but you still have that goal in mind, and you are still being able to adapt and try different methods and different ways of how to get to that ultimate goal, okay? And with these 3 things of reviewing, revising your standards, nurturing your abilities and talents, and then also being able to pivot and adapt to your environments where necessary, these 3 things go in hand with being able to excel in your evolution, because you don't have a one-track method of how to get to your ultimate goal, of how to get to your destination. Along your personal development journey, you're trying new ways, new methods of how you can obtain that goal. But on the way, as you're trying these different things, you're learning new experiences. You're learning how to take one way if that way doesn't work, and how to make it applicable to the next. You're learning how to think creatively to try something different, but get to that ultimate goal, okay? So being able to become an evolved version of you, being able to excel in your evolution, takes evolving, okay? You cannot be stagnant in life, and you cannot be so content in where you are that you are not pushing yourself to do better, that you are not motivating yourself or encouraging yourself or having enough discipline, because it's not just motivation, it's having the discipline to stick to evolving, to stick with the personal development journey, to stick with being a more evolved version of yourself, to continuing to learn yourself and learn new things, and being able to take those experiences and those lessons out of life and being able to apply it to where you are right now, but also setting new expectations and new standards for yourself so that you can evolve into your evolution and become a better person than you was yesterday, or that you was 5 years ago, okay? When you make the dedication to, I am going to learn myself, I am going to learn how to become a more evolved version in myself, of having that thought, you are initiating the discipline, you are initiating the journey that goes into becoming a more evolved version of yourself. Be kind to yourself, adapt where necessary, and ensure that you are celebrating your wins throughout your journey, okay? Regardless of if they are small wins or big wins, ensure that you are celebrating yourself, because it takes a lot just to stay dedicated to your goals and to stay dedicated to this self-development journey, okay? We'll continue to talk more about excelling in your evolution. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. We'll see y'all next time.